So, as I'm sure most of you already know, my speciality in terms of teaching English is teaching people how to learn English and not what to learn in English. But it's true that quite often people will come to me and say, "But Adam, it's just so much easier to get a teacher and attend classes." But my answer is always, well, it depends what you mean by easier. It's true that it is easier not to think and let a teacher do the thinking for you. And it's certainly easier to give your responsibility as a learner to a teacher and let them tell you what to learn. But it's not easier in the long term. And in my opinion, only the long term matters. Why do I teach the way I teach? Basically, it's because of my experiences that I've had with thousands of students over a career of 15 years teaching English. And over this time, I've observed what works with some and what doesn't work with others. And in all my career, the students that got the best results have always been the ones that took control of their own learning and didn't rely on a teacher for their learning needs. Now, the ones that progressed more slowly were the ones that relied on their teacher 100% for all of their learning needs. Here's one thing that you need to know. A teacher cannot put knowledge into your head. A teacher has no idea what you need to learn and what you need to practice. Only you do. Only you know what you need to learn and only you know what you need to practice. Nobody can tell you this. That means you're 100% responsible for that. That means you're 100% responsible for your learning, deciding what to learn and what to practice, and of course, how to do that. An interesting fact is that all learning comes from within. All learning comes from within each individual. Nobody can put knowledge into your head. When you learn something, it's because a group of neurons connect in your head, and that's something that you do. It's not something that a teacher does for you. It does not come from an external source. So it's very important for you to know this so that it can accompany you in your learning process. Which means it may seem easier to just go to classes, get a teacher, and then forget about it. But the reality is that process of learning is much slower and takes a lot longer to master. Why? Because most of what you will learn will not be relevant for you. And the most important thing in learning is that everything that you learn should be 100% relevant for you. So you need to make the same effort as a learner with a teacher in a classroom as you do on your own, maybe accompanied by a teacher, but with you in control of your learning. The effort is the same. So it's only apparently easier, but it's not actually in reality easier. It only seems to be that way. The best way is taking control of your English learning process. So you do need the same amount of effort if you're learning and practicing on your own as you do with a teacher. What's the difference? Well, if you decide what to learn and what you need to practice, the progress is much quicker and much more satisfactory. You get a lot more meaning from your learning. If a teacher decides for you, your progress is slower. Now, I'll let you decide. Is that easier or not?